It's fun. It's, you know, the guys at home, they understand. We're all in this together. If anybody takes it, all right, so we're going to begin with the breathing exercise. Pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs, good for your respiratory system. When you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling by the mouth, all the time using your throat, nose, mouth, only passageway. So you want to breathe as long, as slow, and as deep as you can. Feet together, the toes first touching, please. And drop your 10 fingers underneath your chin. Glue your knuckles to your chin, thumbs with the throat. Relax your shoulders, lift your chest up, and stay tall with your breath. Bring your elbows a little closer together. Look forward to the mirror, concentrate, meditate. Begin, please. Inhale, head down. Nose all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhale through the nose, suck your stomach in. Your ribcage should be visible from your full lungs. Exhale. Making a ha sound. Eyes open, elbows forward as far as you go. Bring your elbows together. They touch. Inhale down, bring your chin down. Suck your stomach in. Lift up out of the way. Stretch up a little bit taller. Fill your lungs with maximum capacity. And exhale, please. Open up the mouth. Push your neck back. And see the back wall behind you. Keep your 10 fingers interlocked. Stretch your elbows forward, elbows touch. Inhale it down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you turn the fans off for me? 6. And exhale, please empty the lungs. Push your neck back, keep your eyes open. Everybody, elbows forward as far as you go. Grip tight. Your elbows lift, your elbows touch at the end. Inhale it down, bring your chin down. And suck your stomach in more. So the ribcage is visible from there. Lift your chest up. Stay tall with the breath. Exhale, please empty the lungs. Push your neck back and see the back wall behind you. Hips are contracted. Push your hips forward, chest lifted, elbows touch at the end. Inhale down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Exhale, push your neck back. Eyes open, everybody. Elbows forward as far as you go. Don't let the elbows rock you, but don't lift them above the heart. They touch. Inhale down, just open up the elbows now. Open the palms, the wrists, the forearm. Suck your stomach in. Lift your chest up more for lungs. Exhale, please empty the lungs. Push your neck back. Eyes open, mouth open wide, elbows forward, chest lifted, elbows touch at the end. Inhale down, bring your chin down. And suck your stomach in. So the ribcage is visible here. Chest up. You're framing the face of the forearms. Exhale, please open the mouth. Head drops back. Knuckles stay glued to the chin. Elbows forward. Elbows lift away from your chest. Elbows touch. Inhale down, chin down. Elbows up. Now suck your stomach in more. More than you can handle. Tighten it up, hold it in for your lungs. Exhale, please empty the lungs. Push your neck back and see the back wall behind you. Hips forward, chest lifted, elbows touch at the end. Inhale down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, push your neck back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows touch. Inhale down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, push your neck back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows touch. Inhale down. Just 2 more here in the first set. You warm up your bodies from the inside out. Chest lifted. Elbows up to frame the face. Exhale now. Open up the mouth. Head drops back. Eyes open. Head and arms moving. Synchronizing in 6 seconds. Elbows forward. Elbows touch. Inhale down. Chin down. And elbows up. Suck your stomach in more. You can tighten it up, hold it in for your lungs. Exhale, please empty the lungs. Push your neck back. Hips are contracted. Eyes tight. Elbows forward. Elbows touch. That's enough. Come down by your side. Before you there, concentrate and meditate. Now, for those of you at home, remember, you got to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, maybe a little bit slower to create your internal body heat. With the second set, together, toes first touching. Just walk your 10 fingers underneath your chin, move your mouth to your chin, thumbs to the throat. Relax the shoulders and stay lifted in the chest. Your elbows a little closer together. Look forward and you're concentrate and meditate. Begin, please inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3. Stomach in. 4, 5, 6. Exhale. Push your neck back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3. Stomach in. 4, 5, 6. Relax. Exhale. Open the mouth. Push your neck back. Stomach grip tight, everybody. Elbows lift away from your chest, elbows touch at the end. Inhale down, slowly bring your chin down. Open up the ribcage, open up the lungs. Suck your stomach and lift up out of the way, stretch out. Exhale now, open up the mouth. Head drops back. Knuckles with the chin, elbows forward, elbows touch at the end, inhale down, suck your stomach in more than you think I need, tighten it up, hold it in, ribcage is visible for lungs, exhale, open up the mouth, push your neck back and see the back wall behind you, hips are contracted, elbows forward, elbows touch and up and down. You bring your chin down, slowly, put yourself in the mirror, chin is parallel to the floor, suck your stomach in, chest up, exhale, open the mouth. Now only your head and arms moving, synchronizing in 6 seconds. Don't sway the hips, don't sway your heels, elbows forward to touch. Inhale down, chin down, and elbows up. Open the ribcage and open the lungs. Open the palms, wrists, forearms, chest up. Good. Exhale now, open the mouth. Push your neck back, eyes open the mouth, open wide, elbows forward, 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 elbows touch. Inhale down for 1. So you bring your chin down, 2. Suck your stomach in more. 3. Chest up, 4. 5, 6, exhale, push your neck back. Hips contracted, elbows forward, elbows touch at the end, inhale down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exhale, push your neck back. Here. Elbows touch, 1 more, inhale down. Exhale. That's enough. Arms on the other side. Before the mirror, concentrate and meditate. So we begin out with Shavasana, Hastasana, half moon, the fancy feet pose. For those of you at home, you may not still be as warmed up yet. You don't have to go as deep or as far to get the benefit of your home practice. Feet together. Arms over your head, sideways, your thumbs touch. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, and keep your thumbs crossed on my side. Hands concentrate like loop. No gap between the arms and the head. Push your hips forward. Lean the upper body back, stretch up. Touch the ceiling, then you body right and left several times. Right and left, right and left, right and left, right and left. You should feel and create tremendous stretching feeling down both sides of the body, all the way to your fingertips. In other words, you're trying to touch the ceiling. Every time you hit the midpoint, stretch up a little bit more. Right, left, stretch up, right, left. Then when you connect through the middle, just stop there. Elbows locked, arms are glued to your ears, no gap between the biceps, the arms, and head. Push your hips forward a little bit. Open up the hips and the pelvis. Lift your chest up, lean your upper body back, open the chest, the rib cage, throughout the entire posture, maximum body weight on the heels, arms head back, chin up, concentrate more in the mirror, don't blink your eyes, inhale, breathe, stretch up out of the waist, touch the ceiling, and absolutely straight line, slowly bending the body to the left, without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, your stomach sucked in, your glutes nice side contracted, align the spine and come down a little bit deeper here, all over the left side body stretching. Always the skin, fingers to your toes. Now push the hips a little bit more forward. Lean that upper body back more, and body weight is in your heels. Come down deeper and push. Now bring your left hip forward. Keep your 2 hips in the line. Stomach is in. Right shoulder forward, opening up your chest like a frog. Gonna move the chin up. Arms head together. Come down deeper. Push. Come down. Push. Come down. Push. Chain slowly come up and stop in the middle. Hips are forward, upper body back. Bring your arms back, take a deep breath, stretch up, touch the ceiling, bend the body left side now in an absolutely straight line. Now continuously push your hips to the right beyond your flexibility. Stomach is in and the glutes are contracted. Good. Align the spine and come down a little bit deeper. All over the right side body, stretching from bones to the skin, from fingers to your toes. Again, hips a little bit more forward, upper body back more. Body weight is in your heels. Come down deeper. Push. Bring your right hip forward to keep your 2 hips in one line. Come down deeper. Push left shoulder forward, opening up your chest like a frog. Put a chin up. Throat visible from here, come down deeper, push, 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 chain slowly come out and stop in the middle. Backward bending, take a deep breath, lift your chest up, and drop your head back as far as it goes so you can see the floor behind you. Everybody stretch up here, touch the ceiling, and arms back with your ears, immediately go and touch the wall behind you. Then your toes spun backwards from the coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back, your full spine backward bending. Inhale, chest up, out of the waist, contract your glutes, lift your stomach, legs, hips, everything pushing forward towards the front of your eye. Reach to the back wall, go off of the elbows, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, chin, slowly come up, stop in the middle. Now suck your stomach in, Padmasana, bend the knees, and put your hands on the floor in front of you. Now you'll move your hips here several times, right, left, to make sure that the lower spine is totally relaxed, nice and loose, comfortable, easy, flexible. You turn from back belly to forward belly, so be careful. The spine is not fully warmed up yet. Right, left, squat a couple times, right, left, shake your neck out. We'll begin. Bend your knees, put your stomach on your thighs, grab your heels underneath and behind, step on all 5 fingers of each one of your hands. Little baby fingers here touching side by side. Wrap your elbows behind the legs, everybody resting on the calf muscles. Drop in tight posture, don't lose your grip. Pull on your heels, stretch your body down from the lower spine to the floor, stomach on thighs, chest on your knees, face on your shins below the knees. So from the side, there's no room for leg or here. Continuously pulling your heels, pulling is under stretching. Pull on your heels. Slowly push your knees back and create a tremendous stretching feeling, a pain sensation down the backs of your legs. Coccyx to your toes, coccyx to your nose with your smiling happy faces. Continuously keep pulling. Pull is up for stretching. Pull more. Lift up everybody, try to walk your knees. Roll forward towards your toes, try to walk your knees. Eyes open, touch your face on your shins. Lock your knees, slash shins, pull. Hips up, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change. Arms and head together. Suck your stomach and slowly come up. And arms down side. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Do it again, second set, feet together. Arms overhead sideways, please palms touch. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, thumbs crossed. Nice second, chin up away from your chest and upper body back. Take deep stretch up. Absolutely straight line. Slowly bend the body to the right without bending your elbows or your knees. Continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You should create tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of the body, all over, inside out. Go into the skin, fingers to your toes, hips a little bit more forward, upper body back more, body weight in the heels. Come down deeper, push, left hip forward, two hips on the line, stomach in, right shoulder forward, opening up the chest. Now walk up the elbows, lock out your knees. Come down deeper, push, come down, push, come down, push. Chain slowly come up and stop in the middle. Hips forward and upper body back, take a deeper stretch up, touch the ceiling, absolutely straight line, slowly bend the body to the left, without bending your elbows or your knees. Continuously push your hips to the right beyond your flexibility. You should feel it. You're creating it all over the right side body, from bones to the skin, from fingers to your toes. Hips a little bit more forward, upper body back more. Bring your arms back into your ears and shoulders are opening. As they come down deeper now. Push right hip forward, two hips on the line. Walk up the left elbow, left shoulder forward, opening up your chest, chin up. Throat visible. Come down deeper, push. Come down, push. Come down, push. Chain slowly come up. Stop in the middle, backward bending. Take a deep breath, lift your chest up and drop your head back as far as it goes. Again, see the floor behind you. Now stretch up, touch the ceiling, arms back with your ears. You go and touch the wall behind you. Then you total spine back, from the coccyx to the back. Lower back, middle back, upper back, total spine back, belly, chest up, everybody. Out of the waist, contract the glutes. Your stomach, legs, hips forward. Towards the front here. Reach to the back wall. Lock out your elbows now. Arms back, move back, fall back, go back, more back. Change. So lift them up. And stop in the middle. Suck your stomach in, Padmasana, bend the knees, and put your hands on the floor in front of you. Now again, you're moving your hips here several times, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, to make sure that the lower spine is totally relaxed, nice and loose, comfortable, easy, and flexible. So now you turn from back bending to forward bending. So again, just be careful. The spine is still warming up. All right, right, left, right, left. Then you squat a couple times here. Let's see. And then come back up. Okay, so second set, let's begin. Bend your knees, stomach on thighs, grab your heels underneath and behind. Remember, your fingertips face the same direction as your toes. Your little baby fingers are touching side by side. Wrap your elbows behind the legs and rest them on the calf muscles now. Breath in tight posture, knees like grip. Pull on your heels, stretch your body down from the lower spine towards the floor. Touch your stomach on your thighs, chest on your knees, your face on your shins, on the legs below the knees. So what's happening here? Your whole body is stretching. You have a 60-degree angle, coccyx to your nose, coccyx to your toes, with your smiling happy face. Continuously keep pulling on your heels, pulling is up here, stretching, pull more. And so gently push your knees back and create a tremendous stretching feeling. A pain sensation down the backs of your legs, coccyx to your toes, coccyx to your nose. Keep pulling. Hips up more, lock your knees, roll forward towards your toes, lock your knees, eyes open, touch your face, lock your knees, left hands pull, hips up more, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees, change. Arms and head together, slowly come up. And arms down the side. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Good job. Everybody off the pose with the Utkatasana, right into the right, 6 inches gap between your toes and your toes. Not that high, no wider than your hips, okay? Everybody arms up, parallel to the floor, 5 fingers of each hand touching each other. Your thumbs with your index finger. Keep stretching your arms forward to touch the front mirror. Walk up the elbows so nothing moves, nothing is hanging. Exhale, suck your stomach in, sit down, keep that position. 100% body weight in the heel. So your butt to the back wall, hips down in the chair. Just up and chin up, bend your total spine backwards, suck your stomach in, compression of the abdominal wall, contraction of the abdominal muscles. Suck it in, tighten it up, and hold it in. Keep reaching forward, and then sit down a little bit more. Just open your knees, feet, hands, 6 inches between them. Chest up, chin up, lean back, fall back, go back, change. Come up, keep your arms there. Stand up on your toes, maximum like a ballerina, tremendous concentration. Don't blink your eyes. Your spine just sit up. Imagine I'm pulling your head to the ceiling. Suck your stomach in and sit down on top of your toes. Your spine is perfectly straight. Upper body is leaning back. Hips and head touching the imaginary wall behind you. The lower you sit, the higher in the toes you must come. Heels up, knees up, hips in the chair, never below the chair. Change coming up. Keep your arms there, hip apart. Live on the toes. Knees together, bone to bone, thigh to thigh. Lock up the elbows. Suck your stomach in. Keep it out. 10 counts in your head. All the way down. Leaning against the wall behind you. All the way down. And keep coming down until you have a half-inch gap between hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together. Bring them down, forward towards the floor, thighs parallel to the floor, arms are parallel to the legs, your spine is perfectly straight. 90-degree angle like a box. Suck your stomach in, thighs tight, come on up. Knees together the whole way, right to back, arms down side, breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Good again, second set. Right the steps to the right, 6 inches gap, toes and heels, your heels invisible behind your toes. Please don't change your feet anymore. Arms are parallel to the floor, 5 fingers in each hand touching each other. Go watch the shoulders, no pinching, right? Relax the shoulders, stretch your arms forward so the elbows lock, triceps engage, suck your stomach in. On the exhale, sit down, keep flat position, 100% body weight in the heels. Hips back, chest up, chin up. Bend your total spine back, use it backwards, bend posture, suck your stomach in. Compression to the abdominal, contraction of the abdominal muscles, suck it in, tighten it up, and hold it in. Really sit down deeper. With your knees, feet, hands 6 inches between them. Chest up and chin up, lean back, reach forward, fall back. Trying to fall down backwards. Change coming up, keep your arms there. Stand up on your toes. Maximum like a ballerina, tremendous concentration. Don't blink your eyes. Shift your spine to sit up. Imagine I'm pulling your head to the ceiling, suck your stomach in. Sit down, everybody on top of your toes. Spine perfectly straight. Upper body leaning back. Push your butt back if you're sitting in the chair. You come up high on your toes. Knees up towards the ceiling. Your spine is perfectly straight. Hips in the chair, never below the chair. Change coming up. Keep your arms there. Fair apart. Lift on the toes. Knees are together. Bone to bone, thigh to thigh. Walk with the elbows, suck your stomach in. You go down, 10 counts in your head. All the way down. Leaning against the wall behind you, all the way down. Good. Half-inch gap between hips and heels. Then your knees are together. You're going to point them down and forward towards the floor. Thighs parallel to the floor, arms are parallel to the legs, spine is perfectly straight. If you have healthy knees, bounce a couple times. So demonstrate balance and control, stop on the up straight, slowly come up. Knees together. Right foot back, arms down side. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Tharasana, eagle pose. Then we'll take the water. Feet together. Arms overhead, sideways, your palms touch. Identify right from left, mix them up. Right arm underneath the left arm. Cross the elbows and cross your wrists, thumbs facing you. Bring your fingers to the mirror. Pull the elbows down. Suck your stomach in. On the exhale, sit down low. Hips in the chair. Upper body back. Swing your right leg high over the left leg. Cross your knees. Hook the right foot behind the left calf muscle. All 5 toes visible from your left. Sit down deeper and twist your legs like ropes. No gap between your ankle and your calf muscle. Swing your knees to the right. Upper body left. Feet, knees, elbows, and hands. They should be going straight line. If the foot is coming out, you're going to sit down more. If you're losing the balance, upper body back more. Tuck your stomach in, sit down, elbows down, upper body back at the end. Change. From the arms up. Left arm now underneath the right. Cross twist and squeeze, elbow under elbow. The compression is what's important, okay? Elbow under elbow, pull your elbows down, suck your stomach in, sit down low. Hips to the chair, upper body back. Left leg swings high to the right. Cross it, twist it, squeeze it. There should be no gap between your thighs, between your knees, ankle, or calf muscles. Sit down deeper, twist your legs like ropes. Knees go left, upper body goes right, feet, knees, elbows, and hands. It should be in straight line again. If the foot is coming out, you want to sit down or bend right. If you're losing the balance, upper body back more. Suck your stomach in, sit down, elbows down, upper body back at the end. Change. When the arms up, second set, immediately. Right arm underneath the left, cross twist and squeeze, elbow under elbow. Get it there. Pull those elbows down. Fingertips below your nose. Suck your stomach in, sit down. Hips in the chair, upper body back. Right leg swings high over the left leg. The higher you lift the leg, the more room you create the twist. Now I want you to lift that foot, slide down, sit down deeper, twist your legs like rope. Ropes, no gap between ankle and calf muscle. Knees go right, upper body left. Feet, knees, elbows, hands in one straight line. The foot's coming out, sit down more. Losing the balance, upper body back more. Suck your stomach in, sit down. Elbows down, upper body back of the edge. Change, move arms up. Left arm, last arm, make it your best. Left arm underneath the right. Crossing the elbows, crossing your wrist, thumbs facing you. Maybe fingers to the mirror. Pull the elbows down. Suck your stomach in, sit down. Hips in the chair, upper body back. Left leg over the right. Cross it. Listen and squeezing. No gap between thighs, knees, ankles, and calf muscles. Good. Sit down deeper. Twist your legs like ropes. Knees go left. Upper body goes to the right. Feet, knees, elbows, hands. It should be one straight line. Foot is coming out. Sit down more. If you're losing the balance, upper body back. Suck your stomach in. Sit down. Elbows down. Upper body back again. Change. Come on, arms up. Arms down, side. You then breathe out through your nose. Grab your water. Okay, take a sip of water if you need it. Hi guys, how you doing? Hey, Linda. Hey, Jewel. Hey, Kurt. Good job, guys. You guys get a good sweat in. Make sure you have your water. All right, so we'll begin the balancing series. That the Manajana Shrasa sitting head to knee closed. Remember, standing knee should be locked to begin with. All right, no bend in the standing leg. If you have a bend in the standing leg, if you don't have your balance yet, you're not kicking out. Okay, be comfortable with that. Stay in the first phase until you can lock your standing knee. Then shift the weight to your left leg. Wipe your hands. Right leg goes up. You walk your 10 fingers. Suck your stomach in and round down. Grab the right foot. All 10 of your fingers underneath your foot in a webbing to webbing grip, ranges for your toes. Now look at yourself in the mirror, standing knee locked. No bend in the standing leg. No wiggle, no wobble. Make sure locked, solid, concrete. Left goes unbroken, no knee. If it is locked, then only kick out. So right leg lifts, stretch your forward towards the front mirror until the leg is exactly parallel to the foot. No higher, no lower. Standing leg is locked. It continuously from your heel. Flex your toes towards your face. All 5 toes straight towards you. Standing locked. You go one day, both knees locked in a perfect upside down L. Elbows come down towards the floor. Eventually, your elbows come down below your calf muscle. And when they do, you can still balance it comfortably. Bring your body down, head down, tuck your chin to your chest, look to your belly button, touch your forehead to change into place. Shift weight to your right leg, wipe your hands. Left leg lifts up into all 10 fingers. Suck your stomach in, round down, and grab your left foot. All 10 fingers underneath your foot in a webbing to webbing grip. 3 inches below your toes. Again, look at yourself in the mirror. The standing knee locked, no bend, thigh muscle contraction. Left is locked, then your foot is in your hands. Kick out. Left leg lifts, stretch it forward until the leg is parallel to the foot. No high, no low. Standing leg is locked. Kick from your heel. Flex your toes to your face. All 5 toes are turning towards you. Standing locked. You go one day, both knees locked with a perfect upside down L. Then the elbows come down towards the floor. Eventually, your elbows come down below your calf muscle. If you can still balance it comfortably, both knees locked, tuck your chin, bring your body down, head down, and touch your forehead to your knee. Change. Good effort. Hands in the small of your back, foot to place. Give yourselves a half sitting back bend. A quick knee bend. And we'll do it again, second step. All right? Shift the weight to your left leg. Wipe your hands. Right leg lifts up. Walk 10 fingers, suck your stomach in, round down. And for those of you who are home, you can grab your knee, you can grab your shin, you grab something, still hinge forward, okay? Look at yourself. Standing knee should be locked, no bend. If it's locked, then only kick out. Right leg lifts, stretch it forward towards the front mirror. So your leg is exactly parallel to the floor. Kick continuously, without intermission, without interruption. Learn to flex your foot beyond perpendicular, all 5 toes turn towards your face. We'll go one day, both knees locked with a perfect upside down L, elbows down towards the floor. Eventually, elbows come down below your calf muscle. Bring your body down, head down, tuck your chin. Look to your belly button and touch your forehead on the knee. Hold it, 3, 2, 1. Change, so we come up, put to place. Keep your stomach in nice and tight. Shift raise your right leg, wipe your hands. Left leg lifts up, you walk 10 fingers, suck your stomach in, round down, and grab for your left foot. All 10 fingers should be underneath the foot. That includes your thumbs in webbing to webbing grip. If you can't grab the foot just yet, you're here. But the stomach is still tight, and your standing knee is locked. If your foot is in your hands, then kick out. Left leg lifts, stretch it forward, Until legs exactly parallel to the floor, behind the lower, stay legs locked. You continuously come to your heel more to flex your foot beyond your left, stay locked. Your goal when they both is locked like a perfect upside down L, elbows down. And eventually elbows go down below your calf muscle. And when they do, body down, head down, tuck your chin, look to your belly button, touch your forehead to your knee. Change. Put to place, place your hands in the small of your back, another half second back bend. Standing bow pulling pose is next. Right arm up, elbow touching your body, hand to the right, palm face the ceiling. Imagine you have money in the hand. Don't flip this palm. Don't drop the money. Just drop your hand out. Pick up the right foot from the inside at the ankle. The nice and tight grip. Left arm is up. Your chin is close to your shoulder. Your knees get together to start. Inhale, breathing. Stretch up and charge. Charge your body forward towards the mirror. Kick your right leg back and up towards the ceiling. Bring your body down. So your abdomen and your chest are parallel to the floor. Just keep kicking. The top of your foot is over your head in front of you. 2 feet, 1 line from the side. Charge 4 more. And touch the front mirror. Touch your shoulder to your chin. Shoulder blades gap and delta stretch out of the body. 2 shoulders in 1 line. Keep kicking. Back so hard, so high. The top of the foot is over the head. The right shoulder goes invisible behind the left. Body down. Keeping stretching to be equal, simultaneous, and 50-50. The harder you kick, balance here forever. Change. Left arm up, elbow touching your body, hand to the left. Palm face up. Drop your hand down. Pick up the left foot from the inside of the ankle. Nice and tight grip. Right arm's up. Chin close to your shoulder. Knees together to start. Inhale. Stretch up. Charge. Charge your body forward towards the mirror. Kick your left leg back and up towards the ceiling. Your body down until your abdomen and your chest are parallel to the floor. Top of your foot comes over your head and the front of your 2 feet in 1 line. Charge forward more. Touch the front mirror. Touch your shoulder to your chin, shoulder blades scapula, delta stretch out of the body. 2 shoulders in 1 line. Keep kicking. Back so hard, so high. Top of the foot over the head. Left shoulder goes invisible behind the right. Body down, everybody. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, and 50-50. The harder you kick, you balance it forever. Body down more. Charge your body forward. Touch the mirror. Come on, kick out. Kick harder. Kick. 1 more time. Change. It's excellent. Fully come up and put to place. Right arm up. Elbow touching your body, bring your hand to the right. Palm face up, drop your hand down. Pick up the right foot from the inside at the ankle, nice and tight grip. Left arm is up, chin close to your shoulder, knees together to start. Inhale, breathing, stretch up, charge. Bring your body down, body down, body down, body down. Abdomen, chest parallel to the floor. Keep kicking. Top of the foot over the head. Stretch that out 4 more. Touch the mirror. Touch your shoulder to your chin. So don't let that left arm drop. Shoulder blades gap, the delta stretch out of the body. 2 shoulders in 1 line. Kick back more. Harder. Higher. So hard, so high. The right shoulder goes invisible behind the left. Body down. You can stretch and go simultaneous 50-50. The harder you kick, balance forever. And change. Last one. Left arm up. Elbow touching the body, bring your hand to the left, palm face up. Drop your hand down, pick up the left foot from the inside of the ankle, nice and tight grip. Right arm up, chin close to your shoulder, knees are together to start. Inhale, breathing, stretch up, and charge. Charge your body forward. Kick that left leg back and up towards the ceiling. It's a kick that brings your body down until your abdomen and your chest are parallel to the floor. Just keep kicking. Top of your foot over the head in the mirror, 2 feet, 1 line. Charge forward more. Touch the mirror. Touch your shoulder to your chin, shoulder blades scapula, delta stretch out of the body, 2 shoulders, 1 line. Keep back more. Harder, higher. Left shoulder goes invisible behind the right. 2 feet, 1 line. Charge forward more. Body down, everybody. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, and 50-50. The harder you kick, you balance it forever. Body down, charge, body forward, touch the mirror. Come on, kick out. Kick harder. Kick 1 more time. And change. Come up. It's a place. Please come to the back of your mat and towel. 2 under Dandasana balance is next. Feet together. Toes heels touching. From the moment you hear my clap, I'm going to step forward. Okay, make up your mind. Set your intention 110% straight in half a second. If you're late, The posture's over. Arms overhead. Use your walk fingers, release index fingers, keep your thumbs crossed, nice tight grip. Chin up. Upper body back, arms and head together. Take a deeper stretch out. Right leg forward. Big step. Walk both knees, point the toes, and come down. Whole body, arms, head, legs. Everything should be parallel to the floor. Body looks like a capital letter T, not a broken umbrella. Body down, leg up. Come forward, more, get your leg up. It's a natural human tug of war. Get your leg up. Now stretch, 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 change. Coming up. Keep your arms there. Chin is up. Upper body back, take a deeper stretch out. Left leg forward, big step. Lock both knees, point the toes. Come down. Whole body, arms, and legs. Everything should be parallel to the floor. No bend in the knees, resist that urge. Every muscle is contracted. Bring your body down, leg up. Chest down, leg up. Come forward, point, get your leg up. Now stretch, stretch, stretch. Change coming up. And arms down the side. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Heart rate should be pumping right now. That's the goal. Do it again. Feet together. Arms overhead. Use walk fingers, release index fingers, keep your thumbs crossed. Nice tight grip. Chin up. Upper body back, arms head together. Take a deeper stretch out. Right leg forward. Big step. Walk both knees, point the toes, and come down. Whole body, arms, and legs. Everything should be parallel to the floor. No bend in the knees, resist center, every muscle contracted. Body down, leg up, chest down, leg up. Come forward, we'll get your leg up. Now stretch and stretch and stretch. Keep your arms there. Chin is up, upper body back, take a deep breath. Stretch out. Left leg forward, a big step. Lock both knees, point your toes, and come down. Body, arms, and legs. Everything parallel to the floor. No bend in the knees. No bend in the spines. Bring your body down, leg up. Come forward, you want to get your leg up. Turn away from your chest. You're looking more in front of you. Come get your leg up. Leg up, leg up. Change. Coming up. And arms down the side. In and out through your nose. So we're going to turn on our mats to face the side of the room. We bring our heart rates down. We'll stand, simple leg stretching next. Feet together. Arms overhead, sideways, palms touch. Step the right to the right, big step forward, minimum arms down parallel to the floor, two heels in one line. Pinch toe your feet slightly. Turn your toes in. So your arms, shoulders apart and equal in opposite directions. Chin up. Stomach in. Lock your knees. Keep it out one side. Chest forward. Chin forward. You're looking 4 feet in front of you the whole way. When you cannot see yourselves, you grab your heels outside, underneath your heels, stepping on all 5 fingers in each one of your hands. Grab your heels. Grab the outsides of your feet. Grab something. Then start to pull. Stretch your body down from the lower spine towards the floor. Roll forward to the balls of your feet and get your hips up more. Lock out your knees a little bit more. Thigh muscle contraction here, your roll. Your forehead on the floor between the line of your toes. You have to pull. Bend your elbows back to your shins. Pull your shoulders up away from your ears. Lengthen the spine and the chest forward. Chin forward. Look forward and roll forward. Do the legs stretching, hip stretching. Lower spine, total spine stretching. 360-degree angle. Coccyx to your nose, coccyx to your toes. Keep pulling. Look forward, chin forward, roll forward. Touch your forehead today. Change. Coming up. Arms up. Right foot back. And arms down the side. Then breathe out through your nose. Second set. Feet together, toes, heels touching. Arms overhead, sideways, palms touch. Right to the right, big step forward, minimum. Arms down parallel to the floor, two heels in one line. Watch the alignment of your heels. It's very important. Slightly pitch into your feet. Arms are stretching apart and equal in opposite directions. Chin up. Stomach in. Lock your knees. Move it out front side. Chest forward. Chin forward. Look 4 feet ahead of you. Then you grab your heels outside. Everybody underneath your heels, stepping all 5 fingers of each one of your hands. If you cannot grab your heels, you grab the outsides of your feet. If none of that is attainable today, then put your hands on the floor in front of you. But try to pull and stretch your body down from the lower spine towards the floor. Go forward to the balls of your feet, hips up more. Lock out your knees a little bit more. What's your goal? Forehead on the floor in between the line of your toes. How do you get there? Right now, look forward, chin forward, roll forward, and keep pulling. Bend your elbows back to your shins, pull your shoulders up away from your ears. You should feel the legs stretching, hips stretching. Lower spine, total spine stretching. 360-degree angle, coccyx to your nose, coccyx to your toes. Keep pulling. Now look forward, chin forward, roll forward, and touch your forehead on the floor today. Change. Come on up. Arms up. Right foot back to the place, and arms down. Side. Good job, everybody. You can take some water if you need it. We'll do Trikonasana pose, triangle next. Feet together, your toes are touching. Arms over your head sideways, your palms touch. Right into the right, big step forward, minimum. Arms down parallel to the floor, two heels in one line. Push your hips forward, upper body back. Turn the right foot out to the right. Turn your foot a half inch more, foot parallel to the side of yours. Then the right knee bounce a couple times, get down low. Get down there and stay down there. Your hips don't pop up anymore. Hips are forward, upper body back and spine straight. And how really move your both arms at the same time. Your right elbow in front of the right knee. Right fingertips in between your big and your second toe. Try to touch your toes, but don't lean on the floor. And stretch your left arm up. Look up and touch your chin to the left shoulder. The profile of your face visible from the side. Stretch up and stretch down. Arms, shoulders are stretching apart and equal in opposite directions. Now push that right knee back with the right elbow. Left hip down and forward. Lift your chest up here. Turn to the upper body back. Touch your toes. Shades coming up from the right foot in. Left foot turns out. Come on up right here. Come on up. Turn that little triangle on the right side. Bend your left knee, bounce. Get down low, bounce. Open up your hips. Get down there, stay down there. Your hips don't pop up anymore. Hips forward, upper body back. Move your both arms at the same time. Left elbow in front of the left knee. Left fingertips in between your big and your second. So you're reaching, but not leaning. Okay, stretch your right arm up. Look up and touch your chin to the right shoulder. Profile of your face visible from the side. Stretch up and stretch down. Arms, shoulders are stretching apart and from opposite directions. Now push your left knee back to the left elbow. Right hip down and forward. Lift your chest up more. Turn to the upper body back. Touch your toes. Change coming up. Left it in. Arms over your head. And arms on the side. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. We'll do second set. Feet together. Arms overhead, sideways, palms touch. Right into the right, big step forward, minimum arms out parallel to the foot, two heels on the line. Hips forward, upper body back, arms strong. Right foot out to the right. Turn your foot a half inch more. Make sure it's parallel to the side wall. Then the right knee bounce. And get down low, bounce. Open up your hips, bounce. Get down there, stay down there. Hips don't pop up anymore. Hips forward, upper body back. Move your both arms at the same time. Right elbows in front of the right knee. Right fingertips in between big and second toe. Reach and touch your toes. Left arm stretches out. Look up and touch your chin to the left shoulder. Profile of your face visible from the side. Stretch up, stretch down. Arms, shoulders are stretching apart and in opposite directions. Bend the right knee. More. Push the right knee back with the right elbow. Left hip down and forward. Lift your chest out. Push your left knee long, left foot flat on the floor. Change. Left to the right foot. Left foot out. Watch your heels in one line. Bend the left knee bounce. Get down there. Stay down there. Your hips don't pop up anymore. Hips forward. Upper body back. Move your both arms. Same time. Left elbow in front of the left knee. Left fingertips in between big and second toe. Try to touch your toes. Stretch your right arm up. Look up and touch your chin to the right shoulder. Profile of your face is visible from the side. Stretch up and down. Arms, shoulders should be stretching apart and from opposite direction. Bend your left knee some more. Bend it. And push that left knee back with the left elbow. Right hip down and forward. Lift your chest and turn to the body back. Make sure right knee locked. Right foot flat. Change to the left. Left it in. Right foot back. Arms up. Arms on the side. Breathe in, breathe out. Through your nose. Bring our heart rates back down, standing separate legs stretching, forehead to knee. Arms overhead, sideways, palms touch across your thighs. Right foot to the right, a big step, 3 foot minimum, 36 inches inside the legs. Arms move on your heels to the front ears, bring your left foot forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Beyond your flexibility. 2 hips on the line, 2 heels on the line, backside for 45 degrees. Stretch out. Tuck your chin to your chest, move it down from the side, suck your stomach in. Round your spine. Look to your belly button and touch your forehead to your knee. Then your forehead and your knee must touch. You always bend your knee a little bit. Put the forehead on the knee. Now reach beyond your toes. Your hands palms are together if you can, and don't start. Everybody locking up the elbows here. Maximum body weight to the front leg. Lift the right hip up so 2 hips in one line. Stomach is in. Choke your throat and get your forehead higher on the knee. Try it. Push your knee back with the help of the forehead. Lock it out very quick a couple times and change. Arms and head together. Chin comes up. Turn pivot on your heels. Go back wall. Bring your right hand forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in one. Backside for 45. Stretch up. Tuck your chin. You go down front side. Suck your stomach in. Round the spine. Look to your belly button and touch your forehead to your knee. Now, always you can bend the knee up if you need to, but it's not a starting position of a race, right? You're not ready to run a race. You gotta keep pushing that left knee back so that it's straight. Your forehead trying to touch the knee, higher underneath you can. Your stomach is in. Choke throat sensation. Get that left hip up to the ceiling, 2 hips in one line. Eyes open. Breathing is normal. Push your knee back with the help of the forehead. Walk it out very quick a couple times and change. Arms and feet together. Chin comes up. Turn to the right. Right to the back. Arms down side. Breathe in, breathe out through your mouth. Second set. Arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Cross your thumbs. Right foot to the right, makes 10 feet minimum. Then put on your heels to the front or the room. Bring your left to forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 2 hips in one line. 2 heels in one line. Back side for 45 degrees, stretch out. Tuck your chin. You go down one side. Your stomach is in. Round the spine. Look to your belly button and touch your forehead to you. Let it go. Your forehead on you. It is compression of the front side body here. Maximum medical benefit once you can get the forehead on you. It doesn't feel comfortable. You're choking your throat. Always be on your toes, hands palms together, walk with the others. Maximum belly to the front leg. Lift the right hip up, 2 hips in one line, stomach in, choke your throat, get that forehead on you, push your knee back to the top of the forehead, walk it out very quickly a couple times, and change. Arms and head together. Chin comes up, turn finger on your heels to the back wall, and bring your right hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in one, back side for 45. Stretch up, tuck your chin, let out one side. Stomach is in. Touch your forehead to the knee. That is a goal. Whatever you need to do. Some of you might have to suck your stomach in more. Push against the wing of your fingertips on the floor. Try to get the forehead on the knee. Left hip up, 2 hips in one line. Stomach is in. Choke your throat. Forehead higher knee. Push your knee back with the top of the forehead. Walk it out very quickly a couple times. And change. Arms and head together. Turn to the right. Right to back. Arms on the side. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Good job. We're facing forward again, last 2 postures, and then we'll hit the floor. Good job, everybody. Tree pose and toe stand. Shift the weight to your left leg. With the help of your left hand, pick up the right foot. Place it high onto the left thigh, as high as you can get it. The sole of your foot faces the ceiling. Your heel touches with your costume. Very careful with the right knee. Slowly, gently let it come down and back. Open the hips and pelvis like you've been trying to pose. Your 2 knees in one line, 2 hips in one line, your 2 shoulders in one line. Please bring your right hand up to the center of your chest. If you can still balance it without your foot slipping, bring your left hand to meet it in arm scarf. If the foot slips, hold on to your foot. Push the hips forward, body back. Suck your stomach in. Ensure the left thigh muscle contracted. Change, arms and legs are down. Shift weight to your right leg, pick up the left foot, and place it high on the right thigh. As high as you can get it. Sole of your foot facing the ceiling, heel touching your costume. Be very careful now with the left knee. Slowly, gently let it come down, let it come back. And open up hips and pelvis lightly and try to close 2 knees will eventually be one line. Look at the hips one line and then the shoulders one line. Then you can bring your hands up. Left hand up, then right hand to meet it in namaskar. If the foot continues to slip, you hold the foot. Now hips forward, upper body back, suck your stomach and make sure the right thigh is contracted. Change, arms and legs are down. Put on your sasana, shift the weight to your left leg. Pick up the right foot, place the center of the left thigh, wherever you feel comfortable. Make sure it is above your knee. Hands palms together, namaskar. Suck your stomach in. Slowly hinge forward from the lower spine. Now your goal is to touch your 10 fingers on the floor. If you can't get there, I still encourage you to hinge forward, okay? You open your hips a little bit more. That's it. Hands on the floor on the sides, balancing with your fingertips. Now bring your left knee down, 2 knees in one line, stretch out. And when you're ready, bring your left hand up first to the center of your chest, then the right hand can meet in namaskar. So engage, eyes open, breathing is normal. Left change, slowly push up. Exact opposite way you went down, retreat. And release, shift weight to your right leg, put the left foot, place the center of the right thigh. Again, wherever you feel comfortable, it's above the knee. Hands palms together, tuck your stomach in, slowly hinge forward on the lower spine. Again, even if you can't touch your 10 fingers, even if you have super tight hips, like me, right? You can still hinge forward a little bit. At least set the eye gaze forward. When the hands are on the floor, then you bend the knee, bring your hips down, and sit your hips on your heel. Balance on your fingertips from the side. Left, right knee down this time. Left knee down, excuse me. 2 knees in one line, continue to stretch up. When you're ready, left hand up. Right hand to meet it in namaskar. More engaged. Eyes open. Stretch up. Perfect. Change. Exact same. Slowly come up. Exact opposite way. And then down. Retreat. And everybody leaves. Good job. Acknowledge your stances. Then turn around, lie on your back in Savasana. Take your Savasana 2 minutes. And gently moving your fingers when your toes come back to the middle. Let's begin the 4 series now. Uttanasana, moving pose, right leg lifts up. Grab the right leg 2 inches below your knee. Nice and tight. All 10 of your fingers into lock position. You're letting to over here. Now pull the right knee out to the right. Down and in, avoid the rib cage. Touch your knee to your shoulder. Everybody keep pulling here without intermission, without interruption. Left calf muscles flat on the floor. Flex that left foot. Relax your right foot and pull down harder. The elbows are in close to the body. Both shoulders here touching on the floor. Tuck your chin. Look down the central line of your body. Head and neck are flat on the floor. The eyes stay open. The breathing is normal. Now pull a little extra hard. Get maximum compression in the lower abdomen. Hold. Breathe. Change. Arms and legs are down. Left leg is up. Grab the left leg 2 inches below your knee. Nice and tight. Grab all 10 of your fingers into all position. 11 to 20 grip. Pull the left knee out to the left, down and in. Remember, you avoid the rib cage with the goal here to touch your knee to your shoulder one day. That's it. Right calf muscle is flat on the floor. Stop touching. You flex the right foot. Relax your left foot and pull down harder. Elbows in close to the body. Both shoulders touch the floor. Tuck your chin. Look down the center line of your body. Head and neck are flat on the floor. Eyes are open. Breathing is normal. Hold. A little extra hard, create maximum compression in the lower abdomen. Change. Arms and legs are down. Immediately, both legs are back. Grab your elbows over your knees. 2 inches below if you can. Be the smallest and most compact person in the room today. Your feet are together, side by side, relaxed position. No cross feet. Tuck your chin. Look down the central line of your body. Head and neck are flat on the floor. Eyes are open. Your breathing is normal. Hold. If your hips are coming off the ground, push them back down. Tuck your stomach in. Eventually, one day, your toes finally flat on the floor. Change. Arms and legs are down. Savasana. Your heels touch. Your toes swap open. Arms are by your side, very close to the body. Your palms in face the ceiling. And tuck your chin to your chest and keep your neck flat on the floor. Eyes open. Breathing normal. Second set, right leg is up. Grab the right leg 2 inches below your knee. Nice and tight. Grip all 10 fingers into lock position. Rubbing toward the rib. Pull the right knee out to the right, down and in. Avoid the ribcage. Knee to your shoulder. Everybody keep pulling without intermission, without interruption. Left calf muscle flat on the floor. Flex your left foot. Relax the right foot. Try to pull down harder now. Elbows in close to the body. Both shoulders touch the floor. Tuck your chin and look down the center line of your body. So head and neck are flat on the floor. Eyes are open. Breathing is normal. So wait for meditation now. Pull. A little extra heartbeat, maximum compression in the lower abdomen. Change. Arms and legs down. Left leg is up. Grab the left leg 2 inches below your knee. Nice and tight. Grip all 10 fingers into lock position. Grabbing toward your pull that left knee out to the left. Down and in. Remember, avoid the rib cage, but touch the knee to your shoulder. That's it. Now keep pulling, everybody, without intermission, without interruption. Biceps are bulging here. Right calf muscle flat. Flex your right foot. Relax your left foot and pull down harder. And keep those elbows in close to the body so both shoulders should touch the floor. Tuck your chin, look down the center line of your body, head and neck are flat on the floor. Eyes open, breathing normal. Hold. A little extra hard, maximum compression in lower abdomen. Change. Arms and legs are down. Immediately both legs are back. Grab your elbows over your knees. You gotta go for the elbows, right? Because if you can, you must. You want to be the smallest and most compact person in the room today. Your feet are together side by side, relaxed position, no cross feet. Tuck your chin, look down the center line of your body, head and neck are flat on the floor. Eyes open, breathing normal, hold, a little extra hard. If your hips are coming off the ground, push them back down, suck your stomach in. Eventually, one day, pull the spine flat on the floor. Change. Arms and legs are down. Savasana, relax. We're going to begin a series of Bikram yoga sit-ups. If you have back issues, you avoid the sit-ups. Roll to your side. Join us in the asana on your belly. If you can do the sit-up, just be very careful to the dawa. Let's do them together. Let's do them with energy. Feet together, feet flex, toes on the floor. Arms over your head, pressure thumbs, arms and head together. Inhale, breathing. Quickly sit up. Double jerk, double exhale. Grab your heels, elbows to the floor, foot to the knees. Turn around. Lie on your stomach. Bhujangasana. This is cobra. Lying your stomach, chin forward, heel looking forward. The neck is flat on the floor. Your hands, palms underneath your shoulders, very close to your chest. Fingertips lined up at the tops of your shoulders, baby fingers lined up at the deltoid. Move your hands down. Distribute the body weight all over hands, palms equally the same. Don't move your hands anymore. If you start to finish, you have one leg, one tail, zip up your legs. Hips tight, heels touching, tops of your feet remain on the floor. Take a deep breath, look up, lift up. You're using 100% back strength. Come up halfway only, so your belly button is on the floor, rest of the upper body's in the air. Keep looking up. Elbows in close to the body, stretch your elbows down towards your hips, drop your shoulders down, trapezius muscles are visible from here. Look up, eyes up, chest up, come up, go up, more up, slowly lower down. Left ear on the toe, look to the right of the room, and Savasana. Now this is belly down Savasana, your toes touch, now your heels pop open, your arms are down by your side, palms face the seat. We're going to do it again, second section. Forward, looking forward, neck is flat, hands, palms underneath the shoulders, very close to your chest, fingertips line up with the tops of your shoulders, baby fingers line up with your deltoid. Leave your hands down, everybody distribute the body, all of the hands, palms, equally the same. And start to finish one leg, one toe, zip up your legs, hips tight, heels touching. Take a deep breath, look up, lift up. Lift up using 100% back strength. Come up halfway, only to belly button on the floor. The rest of your body's in the ear. Keep looking up. Elbows in close to the body, your elbows look like an L. 90-degree from the side. Stretch your elbows down, drop your shoulders down, your trapezius muscles visible from your look up, eyes up, chest up, come up, go up, more up. Slowly lower down, right ear on the toe, look to the left of the room, Savasana. Savasana next on the straight position, arms underneath your body. Turn your hands over and then grab the floor with your fingertips. Little baby fingers touching side by side. Elbows are underneath your stomach, invisible. Chin is forward, you're looking forward, the neck is flat on the floor. Left leg relax, right leg lock your knee, point your right toes, right leg back and up. You move 45 degrees, half of 90. Stretch your right leg back, lift your right leg up, no bending knees, lock your knees, point your toes, and struggle harder. Do it up, come on, leg up, slowly lower down. Relax the right leg, left leg lock, left leg back and up. You stretch it back and you lift it up. You stretch it back and you lift it up. There's no bending the knees. You're going to resist that urge, struggle harder, don't get up. Come on, leg up, slowly lower down. Bring your head and mouth on the towel. You adjust your hands underneath your body, hands closer to your knees. Open the fingers, grab the floor with your fingertips. One leg, one tail, don't open it. Take a deep breath in, both legs off the floor. Mouth down, shoulders down, get your legs up. Lock your knees, point your toes, and struggle harder. Squeeze your glutes tighter and get your legs up higher. Legs up, and slowly lower down. Left ear on the towel to the right, Savasana. Second section, forward looking forward, neck is flat. Arms straight position underneath your body, turn the hands over and grab the floor with your fingertips. With the fingers touching side by side, elbows underneath your stomach, invisible. Spread those fingertips and really grab the floor with your fingertips. Your left leg is relaxed, right leg lock your knee, point your right toes, right leg back and up. Move 45 degrees, half of 90. Lock your knees and point your toes and struggle harder. Much more higher if you get your leg up. Put them on the ceiling, come on, leg up, slowly lower down, relax the right leg. Left leg lock, left leg back and up. Stretch it back and lift it up. No bending the knees, resist that urge and struggle harder, don't give up. Lock your knees and point the toes, get your leg up. Much more higher, come on, leg up, slowly lower down. Turn your head and mouth on the towel. Reach your hands, palms underneath the body, hands closer to your hips. Open your fingers and grab the floor with your fingers. One leg, one tail, don't open. So you can everybody, both legs on the floor. Mouth down, shoulders down, struggle, get your legs up. Lock your knees and point the toes, struggle hard. Squeeze your glutes tight, come on, legs up, high, legs up, and slowly go down. Right ear on the towel to the left of the room, Savasana. With all asanas next, arms out to the side of your knees, helping you each hand touching each other, stretch your arms, shoulders apart in equal and opposite directions. Line up your thumbs at the tops of your shoulders. Make sure from start to finish, elbows locked, triceps engaged. With one leg, one tail, zip up your legs, hips tucked, heels touching. Take a deep breath here, look up, lift up, please, arms bunny. Head, legs, everything lift up on the floor. Like a 747 taking off, look up, chest up, arms up and arms back, fingertips line up with the top of your head, only hip bones on the floor. Come on, look up with your eyes, body falls, chest up, body, legs up, come up, go out, and slowly lower down. Left ear on the towel to the right, Savasana. Let me do it again. Second set. Arms up to the side of your knees, 5 fingers with each hand touching each other. Switch arms, shoulders apart in equal and opposite directions. Spines line up at the tops of your shoulders, elbows locked. Triceps engaged from start to finish. One leg, one tail. Zip up your legs. Hips so tight. So tight. Knees together, feet together. Take a deep breath here. Look up. Lift up, please. Arms, body, and legs. Everything lift up on the floor like a 747 taking off. Now visualize your destination and go there. Chest up, arms up, arms back, fingertips line up with the top of your head. Hip bones on the floor. Keep looking up. Lose that there where your eyes go like falls. Doing chest up, body rise up, come up, go up. And slowly lower down. Right here on the towel. If you left the room, Savasana. Then both poses next. Bend the knees. Grab your feet from outside. 2 inches below your toes. Nice and tight grip, wrist straight. Elbows locked. Arms and legs look like 2 wheels in one base. When you start with your knees a little closer together, 6 inches between your knees, 6 inches in between your feet. Really look forward to forward. Take a deep breath here, look up. And kick out, keep your legs back and up behind you non-stop. Continuously keep kicking, don't stop kicking. Use your kick, roll forward to the top part of your abdomen, toes in the center from the side. Now head up more, look up and kick up. Roll forward more, look up and kick up on the toes. Bridge straight elbows up on kick, slowly lower down. Left ear on the towel to the right, Savasana. Second set, bend the knees, grab your feet from outside, 2 inches below your toes. Nice and tight grip, wrist straight elbows locked, arms and legs look like 2 wheels in one base. And then start with your knees a little closer together, 6 inches between the knees and in between the feet. Take a deep breath here, chin forward, looking forward, look up everybody, and kick out. Keep your legs back and up behind you, non-stop. Continuously keep kicking, don't stop kicking. Roll forward to the start part of your abdomen, toes in the center from the side. Head up more, look up and kick up. Roll forward more, look up and kick up. Roll forward, come on, kick, on the toes, wrist straight over up, kick, slowly lower down. Right on the towel, to the left, Savasana. All right, so we just completed spine strengthening series. Give yourselves a mini push-up. Come to the top of your mat and towel. Stand on your knees. Open your feet. Sit down in between your feet. Now, in this position, if you need some water, go ahead and grab it. If your knees hurt, your ankles tight, please open your knees wider. If you're able, hands on your feet. Thumbs inside, fingers outside. Right elbow to the floor, left elbow to the floor, top of your head, back of your head. Now, whole of the body relaxing on the floor. Try your best. Get your shoulders on the floor, and then grab your elbows above your head. Bring your elbows down. Put your chin to your chest. Lift chest and abdomen up towards the ceiling, creating a perfect human bridge with your body. How you lift up, the more medical benefits you receive in the posture. Eventually walk your knees together, stretch them forward. Please don't let them come off the floor. Change, hands to feet. Use your elbows, push yourself up, turn around, light on your back, Savasana. As you're strong, sit up. You get a few flexibles on the floor. Arms overhead, cross your thumbs, inhale. Quickly sit up. Double jerk, double tail. Grab your big toes up to the floor, forward to the knees, turn around. Second set, stand on your knees. Open your feet, sit down in between them on the floor, hips and heels touch the whole time. You're not sitting on your feet. All right, if you have a mirror in front of you, you cannot see your toes in the mirror. All right, so don't let your feet turn away from your body. Hands on feet, thumbs inside, fingers outside, right elbow down, left elbow down. Your fingertips face forward. Top of your head, back of your head on the floor, whole of the body relaxing on the floor. The shoulders on the floor, then you grab your elbows above your head. Put your elbows down, tuck your chin to your chest, lift your chest abdomen up towards the ceiling, creating a perfect human bridge with your body. And how you lift up, the more medical benefits you receive in the posture. Eventually walk your knees together, never ever let them come off the floor. Change, slowly push up, turn around, lie on your back, Savasana. Check in with your alignment. Make sure your heels are touching, the toes pop open. Are your hips in line? Are your shoulders in line? Again, we'll do a strong sit up. Together, feet flex, toes on the floor. Arms overhead, cross your thumbs, inhale, breathing. Quickly sit up, double jerk, double tail. Grab your big toe down to the floor and forward to the knees, turn around. And then come to the middle of your mat and towel. Do Ardha half tortoise pose next. Your knees are together, your feet are together, your hips and your heels are touching. There is no gap underneath your ankles. Arms over your head, sideways, cross your thumbs, stretch up, lock out your elbows, chin up away from your chest. Exhale, you go down front side. Try to touch your forehead to the floor. Little baby fingers touch the floor. Rest of your arms are in the air. You're stretching your arms forward, and the elbows lock, shoulder blades, scapula, deltas, like you're stretching out of the body. Exhale, sit your hips back down your heels, total spine stretching from top to bottom. Chin away from your chest. Your nose might be touching on the floor. Now stretch. Lock out the elbows, everybody stretch. Reach, touch the mirror, stretch, and change. Arms and head together. Arms down side. Turn around, light on your back, Savasana. Strong sit up. Together, keep flex toes on the floor. Arms overhead, cross your thumbs. Inhale, quickly sit up. Double jerk, double tail. Grab your toes, elbows to the floor, point to the knees, turn around. Second set. Middle of the mat, sit down Japanese style. Knees, feet together, hips just touching. No gap underneath your ankles. Arms over your head, sideways, cross your thumbs. Stretch up, buckle the elbows. Exhale, breathing. Do it out front side. Gotta touch your forehead to the floor. Little baby fingers touch the floor. The rest of the arms in the air. That means no wrists on the floor. No forearms are on the floor, certainly no elbows on the floor, right? Reach and touch the mirror, really lock up those elbows. Your shoulders are supposed to hurt. You should feel like shoulder blades, scapula, delta stretching out of the body. Exhale, sit your hips back down your heels, total spine stretching from top to bottom. Chin away from your chest, nose on the floor, now stretch. Lock out the elbows here, really stretch. Reach and touch the mirror, stretch. And change. Arms and head together. Arms down side. Turn around. Lie on your back, Savasana. Relax. Strong sit up. Together, if you flex those on the floor, arms overhead, cross your thumbs, inhale, breathing, quickly sit up. Double jerk, double exhale, grab your big toes onto the floor, and forward to the knees, turn around. As you come to the top of your mat, if you boost Strasana next, the deepest backward bend of the series. Let's do this one together. Not before, not after. Stand on your knees, open your knees 6 inches, your feet 6 inches, hands on hips, fingertips face the floor, thumbs outside. Push your hips forward. Lift your chest up, drop your head back as far as it goes, come down halfway, stop in the middle. Right hand, right heel. Left hand, left heel. Come out 5 fingers inside of full hands, palm grip, don't lose your grip. Don't lean on your heels. Lift your chest up, contract the glutes. Your stomach legs hips forward towards the front mirror, a 360-degree angle back bend against gravity. Hips forward, chest lifted, push, push more, push harder, change. Look at yourself. Turn around and down your back and sit out to the relax. Strong sit up. With the other two flex toes on the floor. Arms overhead, cross your thumbs. Inhale, quickly sit up, double jerk, double exhale. Grab your big toes onto the floor, full head to the knees, turn around. Second set, come to the top of your mat. Stand up on your knees. Open up your knees 8 to 10 inches now. 6 inches between your feet. Hands on hips, fingertips face the floor, thumbs outside. Push the hips forward, lift your chest up. Drop your head back as far as it goes. Come down halfway, stop in the middle. Right hand, right heel. Left hand, left heel. Thumb outside, fingers inside, full hands, palm. Grip, don't lose grip, don't lean on the heels, right? Chest up, low. Contract your glutes, your stomach legs forward towards the front mirror. I want a 360-degree back bend against gravity. Hips forward more. Touch the mirror with those hips. Come on, push. Push more. Push harder. Change. So come up. Reach yourself. Turn around. Now bend your back in Savasana. We're almost there. About to enter the home stretch. It's all downhill from here, guys. Stick with it. Share the energy with your neighbor. Feet together, feet flex toes on the floor, arms overhead. Cross your thumbs. Inhale. Quickly sit up. Double jerk, double tail, grab your big toes. Drop into the floor and forward to your knees. Turn around. Come to the middle of your mat. Dasana, grab it. Middle of the mat until sit down, Japanese stop with the toe of your feet. Grab your heels over your tongue, nice and tight. Dry grip, thumbs outside, fingers inside, please. Don't lose your grip. Pull on your heels, tuck your chin, suck your stomach in and round down. When you go down from the side, try to touch your forehead to your knees. Automatically, the top of your head touching on the floor. Grab your heels, lift your hips up as high as possible towards the ceiling, roll forward like a wheel until your arms and your elbows are straight. If there's a gap between the forehead and the knees, walk your knees up to meet the forehead and try to twist your head in posture. Go deeper, hips up, stomach in, throat choked. Keep your eyes open, breathing normal. Change. So we go up. Turn around and down your back. Savasana. So strong. Sit up together, feet flex toes on the floor. Arms overhead, cross your thumbs. Inhale. Quickly sit up, double jerk, double exhale. Grab your big toes onto the floor. Forehead to your knees, turn around, second set. Middle of the mat until sit down, Japanese style. Toe of your feet, heels Grab your heels over your towel and nice tight right grip. Thumbs outside, fingers to inside, don't lose your grip. Pull on your heels, tuck your chin, you go down inside. Now take your time with it. You want to touch your foot on the knees. For those of you who are home, please make sure your feet stay flat on the floor. They don't come up. Feet stay down. Tuck your chin, create deep frontward compression. Lift your hips up, everybody. Roll forward like a wheel until arms and elbows are straight. If there's a gap between the forehead and the knee, walk your knees up to meet the forehead. If that's not available to you, still go deeper and sucking your stomach in. Choke your throat. That's it. Round up through your spine. Eyes open, breathing normal, hips up, and change. Slowly round out. Look at yourself, turn around, lie on your back, Savasana. Strong, sit up, feet together, feet flex, toes on the floor. Arms overhead, cross your thumbs, inhale. Quickly sit up. Double jerk, double tail. Grab your big toes, elbows to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Turn around and face in front of the room, head to knee with stretching. Java Shavasana, Paschimottanasana. This is a home stretch. Let's finish it off strong, everybody. Right leg out, cornerwise. Bend your left knee. Create a pressure against your inner right thigh with the sole of your left foot. Arms overhead into lock fingers. Turn right side. Round down. Grab the right foot, all 10 fingers underneath your foot. And webbing to webbing grip. It is no problem if you have to bend your knee out to get your grip. Okay, tuck your chin forward on the knee. Push your knee down with the help of the forehead. Forehead touching position. One day your leg will be flat on the floor. With your leg flat, forehead on the knee, elbows down towards your calf muscles. You roll to the left, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll in, left knee on the floor, roll in, push your knee down, change. Come on. Left leg out one wise. Bend the right knee, create pressure into your inner left thigh with the sole of the right. Put arms overhead, turn left side around down. This time you're grabbing the left foot, all 10 fingers underneath your foot, webbing to a grip. Flex your toes, get your heel off the floor, tuck your chin. Forward on the knee, push your knee down with the help of the forehead, forehead touching position. One day leg flat on the floor. If your leg flat on the floor and the knee elbows down towards your calf muscles here, roll into the right. Right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll in, right knee on the floor, roll in, push your knee down, and change. Come on, hold it down in front of you, lie on your back. As soon as you're at the floor, quickly sit up. Double jerk, double tail, grab your big toes at your middle, and then fingers, walk your hips back several times. Now, the goal of walking back is to make sure the legs are straight, locked out, with no room for light or air underneath your legs. If you still have a slight gap underneath your knees, then you have to focus on squeezing your thighs together tighter. Okay? Everybody squeeze your inner thighs, pull on your toes, heels off the floor, and now elbows down towards your calf muscles. Now you're pulling your stomach over your thighs, flat back. Chest over your knees, flat back. Your forehead to your toes. Go around the spine, don't hunch your shoulders. Biceps are bulging, toes are flexing, squeeze those in the thighs, pull on your toes, heels off the floor. Okay, come up, turn around, right on your back, Savasana. Strong sit up together, feet flex toes on the floor, arms overhead, cross your thumbs. Inhale, breathe in, quickly sit up, double jerk, double exhale, grab your toes up to the floor, forward to the knees, turn around, second set, right leg is up, bend your left knee, create a pressure against your inner right thigh with the sole of your left foot, arms overhead, interlock your fingers, turn right side, round down, grab the right foot, all 10 of your fingers underneath your foot, tuck your chin, put your forehead on the knee, push your knee down with the help of the forehead, forehead touching position. One day leg flat. When your leg is flat, forward on the knee, elbows down to your calf muscles here. Roll it to the left. When your left elbow down, left shoulder down. Square your shoulders over your leg. Roll in. Forehead closer to your belly button. Push your knee down. Change from left leg out. Then the right knee. Create pressure into your inner left thigh. Just slow the right foot. Arms overhead. Turn the body left side round down. Grab the left foot. All 10 fingers underneath your foot. Tuck your chin. Forward on the knee. Push the knee down with the help of the forehead. Forehead touching position. Leg down the floor. Leg flat, elbows down towards your calf muscles here. Roll to the right, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll in, turn you out. Change. Coming up, both hands on front of you. Line your back as soon as you hit the floor. Quickly sit up, all the jerk of the heel. Grab the big toes, middle and neck fingers. Walk your hips back several times until the legs are straight and locked out. So to begin with, puff your chest up. So create a tiny back bend. Right? Lift your chest. So it's not a rounded spine. It's not a hunched shoulder. Okay? Chest forward. Bend your elbows down to your calf muscles. Now pull stomach over your thighs, chest forward. Your chest over your knees, chest forward. Your forehead to your toes. You can walk your elbows around your legs flatter and flatter. Pull, pull, pull. Change from left and around. Lie down your back in Savasana. Good job, everybody. Just a couple more sit-ups to go. Your final next breathing exercise and you're done. Strong sit up again. If you flex those on the floor. Arms overhead, crush your thumbs. Inhale. Quickly sit up. Little jerk, little exhale. Grab the big toes onto the floor. Forehead to your knees. Let's go for the turn. Bend your left knee on the floor. Left knee facing the left side of the room. Right foot over left knee corner. Heel touches your knee. Both hips sitting on the floor comfortably. Spine perpendicular to the floor. Right arm behind you. Palm down. Left arm up and over the right knee. Push your knee back with the help of the elbow. Turn your wrist and grab the knees on the floor from underneath. Down. Knee, wrist, heel are at the same spot. If your chest up, everybody. Right arm behind you. Come on. Grab for your left inner thigh. Use your head as a kickstand underneath your knees. Keep the spine straight. Inhale, chest up. Exhale and twist. Turn the body right side. Bring your chin over your right shoulder. Look way back. All the way back. As much as your head is going back, your shoulders go back. The joints of each and every vertebrae are twisting from top to bottom. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Untwist with your legs. Bend the right knee on the floor. Left foot over the right knee corner. Heel touches your knee. Both hips are sitting on the floor comfortably. Spine is perpendicular to the floor. Left arm behind you. Come down. Right arm up and over the left knee. Push your knee back with help of the elbow. Turn your wrist. Grab the knee that's on the floor from underneath. Again, look down, knee, wrist, heel at the same time. Lift your chest up. Your left arm behind you. Palm out. Grab for the right inner thigh if you can. Or you're using your hand as a kickstand close to the base of your spine. Inhale, chest up, exhale, and twist. Turn your body left side. Chin over your left shoulder. Look way back. All the way back, way back. Once each and every vertebrae pelvis twisting from top to bottom. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, twist. Last chance, twist. Untwist. And roll right down your back in Savasana. Relax. A strong sit up and get a few flexibles on the floor. Arms overhead, crush your thumbs in. Really quickly sit up, double jerk, double exhale. Grab your big toes up to the floor, forehead to your knees. Turn around. We'll do our final breathing exercise here. Kapalabhati is next. You can sit Japanese style, hands on your knees. I'm going to sit crossing my legs, Indian style. All right. If you're sitting like I am, with crossed legs in front of me, your hands are behind you like kickstands. Okay. Everybody else, hands on knees. Make sure your spine is straight, chest is lifted, and belly is relaxed. Forceful exhalations by the mouth. All right, snapping your belly in and out. It looks like this. The belly snaps in and out. You feel contraction in the abdomen. Put yourself in the mirror, swallow a couple times. Lift your lips if you need to. And move again. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do this one at a time. Second set, a little bit faster. If you look at the sound of my clap, go as fast as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's an effort. Twist your arm, lie on your back, and sit